This is a message to the Pokemon community. This is a message to the Tumblr community. This is a message to Pokemon's Tumblr community or Tumblr's Pokemon community or whatever. And this is a message to anyone with the ability to make a game. Please just hear me out for a minute. Recently, I've been playing a game called Pokemon Clover, which is a Pokemon fan game where the entirety of it is based entirely around 4chan culture, and it's made by a bunch of people on 4chan. And it is a honestly really fun time. It's offensive considering that it's 4chan, but even with that in mind, there's still a lot of pretty funny and well-made things in it that I would recommend checking out, just going in with the knowledge that it's 4chan. And there's also a game of a similar nature called Pokemon Noon, which is based on iFunny and is currently in production and being made. So, and it's iFunny, so it's like Pokemon Clover, but the whole offensive thing is like 100 times worse if you've ever seen iFunny culture or whatever. Their existence started to make me ask a question. What other sites could have something like this? Because so many social media sites and so many internet sites have deep and crazy as hell culture that I just wonder, I just start wondering, if 4chan and iFunny can do this, what else can do it and how crazy would it be? And I started thinking, what could possibly do it the best? And you can probably figure out where this is going. When I started thinking about other sites that could do this, you need to have a really deep culture for the site. You need to have a bunch of people who are really talented creatives. And you also need a bunch of people dedicated to the bit. When I started thinking of, sites like this, there was one that instantly came to mind, and it makes way too much sense, and now I want it too much. Tumblr. That's right. Random game pitch suggestion, Pokemon region based on Tumblr. Pokemon fan game based on Tumblr. Make the experience the wildest crack ever. Why? Because goddamn it, it would be funny. That might sound crazy. Because it is, but just imagine it. Imagine a Pokemon fan game where the main characters are based off Sans and Vriska. The starters are Super Hulock. You go off to fight the gym leaders and they're all Tumblr sexy men. There's some random hidden secret boss that's Pikachu. There's another random secret boss that's the person who leaked the no-fly list from the US. And their ace is a Sprigatito that just doxes you or some shit. You go against the evil team, and the evil team's hidden base is hidden under, DashCon or something. Maybe the evil team... In Pokemon Clover, the evil team is just a different social media site altogether. The evil team is Reddit, so it's Team Karma, and their uniforms have fucking upvotes and downvotes on them. And you just do that, except it's some other site like Twitter or TikTok or Instagram or something. Honestly, it does remind me. In Pokemon Clover, the second gym leader is this random chick named Tumblerina, who is the stereotypical generic 2014-2015 gets easily offended feminist that's supposed to be oh, I go on Tumblr 17 hours a day, and you're a misogynist pig who wants to R-word people all the time, and sends out a fucking don't look it up. What if they just flip the script and the second gym leader was some random 4chan incel that threatens to leak your IP address and get the goons to beat you up or something? Actually, the Clover parallels don't end there because I accidentally talked myself into believing that Instagram is kind of an amazing evil team idea because Instagram's kind of just anti-Tumblr. Instagram, hard pushes conventional attractiveness, and everyone who's ever come up on Instagram and didn't get a big Instagram account from a different following, they're a celebrity or some niche internet star, and they came up on Instagram specifically, is because they banked off conventional attractiveness. and like they have watermelons glued to their chest, or their stomach looks like a fucking cobblestone street, and like and it just kind of like it breaks the brain of people who don't have that, and it's like very like if you're not conventionally attractive, they screw you over. Then you go over to Tumblr, and it's like, we don't care if you look like a weirdo, because everyone here's a weirdo. Now go do some weirdo things, you little gremlin. We love you and we're proud of you. Like that's kind of a hard contrast, if I'm being honest. And I'm pretty sure fucking like if you try to be an artist on Instagram, I'm pretty sure you get shafted hard. Meanwhile, Tumblr just thrives off of art. It might be like the best contrast ever, and like everyone uses Instagram. It's like one of the biggest things ever, and like Tumblr is only for those dedicated internet weirdos. It's kind of perfect. I kind of talked myself into that idea. That might be awesome. Getting back to the point I was trying to get to, why do I want this? Because I know that Tumblr would cook, okay? If you've seen Tumblr creatives, they're one of two things. Either crazy as hell dedicated to the bit, or they're crazy as hell dedicated for a week. And if you get someone who's dedicated to the bit, they will cook every single dish imaginable. And it is filled to the brim of some of the most creative talents, artists, and creative minds ever. You'll find some wild shit on Tumblr that you will never see anywhere else. And compare that to Pokemon fan game creators who are just as dedicated and talented as Tumblr, except specifically for making Pokemon fan games. And if you combine them together, you would have a dangerous threat that could wipe out the US government. No exaggeration. That is a creative force no one wants to fight. No one wants to see in a dark alleyway, because they know they're getting mugged and yassified in the best way possible. I need to see what they cook, how they cook it, and I know day one it drops, I will be there grinding it out and playing every single thing I possibly can, because I know it would be fucking crazy. And I kind of love it. So that is why I'm asking. You know what? I'm currently on my hands and knees begging for Pokemon fangame creators and Tumblr creatives and historians to come together and make a dangerous combination generations will fear, to create one of the wildest fan games ever. Because I know damn well you would cook like fucking crazy. Please make peak happen. It would be amazing.